Hi there, Gemini. I'm Jennifer Angel. This is my report for you for October. Let's get started. Okay, so you have Mars in your sign still. Okay, that means busy, busy, busy. I love Mars energy because it really is so motivational and it's inspirational, and it really does, gets you fired up to do things. However, it can also, if you're not focused and you don't decide, you need to decide what are your priorities every single day. What do you want to achieve today? What do you want to achieve this week? And I would encourage you to do a 12-month plan goal. Where do you want to be in 12 months? Where do you want to be in 3 years? And so everything that you do today, and you use the Mars energy to help you push forward, is going towards that 1 year or 3 year plan. Because here's the thing, if you don't get organized on that level, then Mars can just have you spinning your wheels and being like busy, 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 and not achieving anything. How do I know this? Because I came into this life with a Gemini South Node. So, so what does that mean? I tend to take on too much. I'm sure every Gemini relates to this, trying to take on because, oh yeah, that's a great idea, I can do that. That's a great idea, I can do that. I mean, so here's the thing, you can do it all, just not all at once, okay? Because when you try to do too much all at once, what happens? You end up not really achieving anything, okay? So you want to work with this Mars energy, and particularly as there's, it looks like about 3 trines between Mars and specifically, I'm looking specifically who it's between, but it looks like the Sun, Mercury, and Venus. And what does that mean also? So the trine is like an easy passage. It's like, it opens up just for you to like walk on through without too much resistance. So in that case, let's call it the path of least resistance. That's a good term for a trine. So for you, Gemini, this is all, as I said, it's coming off Mars, and it's coming to your 5th house, because that's the trine. And in this 5th house, okay, let's talk about personal first, because Venus is there. And when Venus and Mars are together, they're like the love duo. Or when they're connecting, like Mars is the passionate and Venus is like the, more romantic, softer energy. And unless it's, not well depicted, and then it can be, jealous and spiteful, but that's not the case here, okay? So this is nice. So if you're looking for love, then this is a time where you can find it. That 5th house area is where love affairs start. So you want to be just aware and noticing. And because there's also a lot going on in your solar 6th house, as well as a solar eclipse, partial eclipse was still strong at the end of the month on the 25th. This is a great time for you just to step into you more, and particularly look at how you're presenting yourself now, how you want to present yourself, and use this vibratory planetary energy in this area, and also in this area of love and meeting people and connecting with people. But you want to use this time to just say, am I happy with the way I'm presenting myself? Do I want to be less together? Do I want to be more together? There's no right or wrong here. It just depends on what works for you. Do I want to be more sporty? Do I want to be more classic? And the Aries sun, the Aries sun sign is like more sporty and classic, and you've got a lot coming off. There's a full moon in this area of your chart, but for you, Gemini, you like to generally be a little more creative. So, you know, but that's up to you. And, you know, if you want to book a session with me, then I can certainly help you create, you know, a fashion, or help you create a present yourself. I did spend 20 years in makeup, hair and makeup, and when I was much younger. You know, my first part of my life was about helping people look better and feel better about themselves on the outside, and then I sort of evolved to the inside. But yeah, I can certainly have a look at the chart and see, you know, what makes you feel more comfortable, because the way you present yourself and the way that you show up in the world is really about your rising, you know, the sign that your sun was rising over when you were born. And we need the time of birth to be able to get that right. Just heads up on that. So that's an exciting sort of development in your chart. Also, Mercury, your ruling planet, is coming out of retrograde early in the month, around the 2nd. Any major decisions, I'd give it a couple of days after that. Just let that energy settle. And it's going to move through 3 signs this month. So for you, it commences in your home and family area. So if there's stuff going on there, then yeah, this is the time to deal with it. Be diplomatic. I mean, having a deep and meaningful, more sensitive discussion during Mercury retrograde is not always a good idea, but you know, when the door opens, then sometimes you just have to walk through it, you know, because opportunities don't always present themselves again, you know, or present themselves in your time that you wanted. Sometimes you just have to take the opportunity when it presents itself, if you know what I mean. And then it's going to move into this 5th house, which we've already discussed. For a personal, on a business level, it's about negotiation and it's about connecting with people. So all good there as well. The only thing to take into account is that with Mars, you be careful of being too impulsive. Check in, tune in with your intuition. Take a step back, take some deep breaths. Build yourself in a day timing if you can. Let me think about that is always a good term. And so to make sure you're not doing something rash, because Mars, as much as we love Mars for its great, you know, energies, it can be impulsive. So yeah. So that you want to sort of keep that in mind. Okay, so I hope that you have a great week. I'm going to sort of finish off for this now. I like to keep my videos, you know, around 7 to 10 minutes. And so much going on for this month. Honestly, you could do you know, 30 plus minutes on each sign, but I'm going to close now. I hope you have a great week. Tune into my podcasts, weekly podcast. You can listen to the audio, pick that up through jenniferangel.com, or I do put the visual here on YouTube as well. Okay. All right. So much love and vision. Please subscribe and share, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.